Hello, my name's KeltieOConnor. I, like all other millennials, feel the massive pressure to have 2 degrees, to have 2 dogs, to have a thriving social life, to have a 6-pack and a big butt, to have my own apartment, to practice yoga and meditation, to buy my own house, have perfect glowing skin and hair, all before the age of 30. And because there's only 24 hours in a day and that would really require having 30 hours in a day, what do we all sacrifice? Sleep. Back in December, I spent more time on an airplane than in this apartment, flying back and forth between Edmonton, Toronto, Edmonton back to Toronto, Toronto to Russia for multiple weeks. When I came back, I was swollen. The heaviest, puffiest version of myself.
She'll pop! Why doesn't she listen to Mr. Wonka?
Because, Charlie, she's a nitwit.
Now, I know I am naturally skinny, but I just did not feel healthy at all. And yeah, I was up like 10 pounds on the scale. If you've been watching my other videos, you've probably noticed that 2020, a big component of it has been self-care. Really focusing on my health and especially my female hormones. I didn't want to start 2020 off with a diet, counting calories. I didn't want to do that for January. I really wanted this to come from a place of health and well-being. So instead of jumping on some detox some Instagram model sold me that would just make my pants, I decided to ask my body what it really needed in this time, and it told me sleep. Because you suck at it and you never get it. I just got back from Edmonton for 2 weeks, then Russia for 2 weeks. My sleep has been everywhere. I went from one complete opposite time zone in Edmonton to like 12 hours in Russia. My sleep schedule has been all over. I've just been chronically jet lagged for weeks. And I just feel off. My sleep has never been the best thing. Wow, I'm looking haggard. My challenge for this month is I don't want to change anything, not nutrition, keep with how my workouts have been, same everything. I'm just gonna focus on getting 8 hours of sleep and just see how my health is. I am so pale right now. Let's see what sleep does. Oh God, this girl needs a good 8 hours. Can you see me at all? I'm so sorry, it's like 6:30 a.m. This is my biggest issue with sleeping. Sorry, this is just filmed on my phone. I can have no problem falling asleep. My ring showed like the longest it'll ever take me to fall asleep is 5 minutes. I usually wake up to go to the bathroom once or twice, but then I just can't sleep in, and I don't know what the issue is. Like, I still have another hour and a half. And then I just lay here, I'm like, okay, I might as well get up and do things. So time to have 8 hours of sleep. I only slept 6.5. So I don't know if it's like my body's just become so accustomed to not being allowed to sleep in or sleep 8 hours. I've just gotten used to it. When I'm in Russia, sometimes I can. And I don't know. This light is really bright. Yesterday, I wasn't good. I wanted to try this new class and it was only at 6:30, and I knew if I got to bed at a certain time, I would get enough sleep. I was on the app Duolingo learning how to say bread in Swedish.
Glas.
Glas.
En kniv och en gaffel.
En kniv och en gaffel. A knife and a plate. Oh, it's fork. This was where it was my baseline for so many years. Is this like exhaustion that became good to go, and I think I just constantly ran off adrenaline.
Keltie said 3 days and 8 hours sleep.
Trying my absolute best. 8 hours of sleep. I even got like a weird pimple in my scalp. But you don't beat yourself up because the solution is literally just sleep. So at the start, some days I slept 8 hours, some days I didn't. It was really inconsistent. So I decided I had to take action into my own hands. Into my own hands? I live alone, and figure out a way to ensure I was actually sleeping 8 hours a day, because guess what, it just wasn't happening. So here's what I did. My bed, it became only for sleeping, not on my phone, not for eating, nothing else, only sleeping. We all have alarms to wake up, but I went ahead and made an alarm to remind me to go to bed. If I had a yoga class at 7 a.m. that required me to get up at 6 a.m., I would reverse engineer so I got 8 hours of sleep. So I'd go, hey, I have to be up at 5 a.m., that means 8 hours of sleep, math. That means I have to fall asleep by 9 p.m. But in order to fall asleep by 9 p.m., I make sure I was in bed at 8 to 8:30 p.m. so I would actually fall asleep with 8 hours of sleep. Everyone texts you all the time, especially when we're all in quarantine. I would just chronically be sitting here and the hours go by. Notification comes in and notification comes in. So I put everyone I know on do not disturb. Yes, I don't care how much I love you, or I put you on Do Not Disturb for a month straight. So come around 9 p.m. there was no notifications. It was just silence. You get bored pretty fast. I just made a time, 7 p.m. I'm off to the world. I no longer exist. I don't check emails, I don't take phone calls. Unless I really love you, I'm just pretty much dead to you and I'm not in existence, and I made that a hard rule and I set up that boundary. Over time, I created a playlist of over 400 peaceful songs. So when 7 p.m. rolls around and I decided it's time to relax, I go, hey Alexa, turn on my Zen Zone Spotify playlist.
Zen Zone from Spotify.
And my apartment becomes a place of relaxation. Yoga. I'm also known to drink copious amounts of caffeine. Yeah, we gotta cut that out around 5 to 7 p.m., 5 hours before sleep. Tea time. There's relaxed teas. Either way, there's just something so relaxing about a hot beverage right before bed. Probably not a good time to have a double espresso. I either keep this open or we turn this real down low. 7 to 8 p.m. is a place of relaxation in my apartment. I could make a whole entire video of my evening routine. I've really updated it a lot over the last few months, especially doing this challenge. So if you guys want that, comment down below and I'll bring you through my whole evening routine. I would just recommend after 7 p.m. set a lot of boundaries for yourself and make your home relaxing and peaceful, and just want to crawl and soak into it, and it's just your time. So after I made sleep a priority and really set up that sleeping routine, it's called sleep hygiene, and really making it a priority, then I was able to quite easily get 8 to 9 hours of sleep by putting up those boundaries and making sleep such a priority. Now how I tracked it, Aurora, so that's, if you've seen this ring, it's an activity ring and also a sleep tracking ring. This is not sponsored anyway. It tracks your REM sleep and your deep sleep. If you want to go more into it, I highly recommend the book, Why We Sleep. It's just gonna reaffirm that every sickness is because we're not sleeping enough. Every healthy thing is from sleeping. With COVID, we wanna prioritize our immune system, and it's very universally agreed upon that pretty much if you wanna kill your immune system as fast as possible, don't sleep. The most important thing you can be doing for your body right now is sleep. The importance right now of not just aesthetic goals, not just health. We have to prioritize our health more than ever right now, and not from just the have 6 packs for Instagram, but like life or death stuff. I'm clearly not sleeping and I have to fake it, and that's so cringy that us YouTubers have to do that, but I just have to talk about that in preference. Every B-roll of me sleeping, I'm clearly awake because I live alone. Honey, could you film me sleeping tonight? Okay, thank you, bye. Now, my results. I lost 9 pounds. To premise this though, it was a mixture of a lot of things. It wasn't necessarily just like fat loss. First, my digestion improved. I have had chronic bloating for so long, and bloating is completely normal, and I got to the point sometimes that just like it got so bad. Like I was in pain, I felt pregnant, like I wouldn't film, and I live alone so I could kind of hide it. The world doesn't know, but it was so awful. I started to realize it had a big thing with stress. Not sleeping is stress to your body, and I was realizing just making sure I sleep 7 to 9 hours every night stop my bad bloating. I haven't had a really bad bloating episode since the beginning of this challenge. Water retention, whoo, whenever you don't sleep, when you have a bad sleep, your body's it's stressed, it's gonna hold on to water, you're gonna be up on the scale. So yes, I was up on the scale from traveling, not sleeping, bad digestion, so many of those things. And yeah, maybe a pound or 2 of fat. Could very much well happen. The only way to know 100% how my body composition would have changed would be if I got a DEXA scale done in a lab. I didn't have access to that. Realize anytime you lose weight, it's not necessarily just fat. You can obviously lose fat. It can be water that you're holding on to. It can be just food that's backed up in your digestive system, and also it can be muscle. I doubt it was muscle in my situation because I wasn't eating in a calorie deficit, and also I was still continuing to work out, so I likely maintained muscle during this. I just want to premise that so you realize this is good to just know in general. The scale doesn't tell you everything. When I was sleeping, I never had those bouts of up and down really water retention. My weight was a lot more stable. I probably just had less cravings. That's a big thing. When you're sleeping enough, you'll get less food cravings, especially for high fat, high sugar things, because our body's stressed. We think we're running from an animal. It wants more calories to save up, and so that's why your hunger hormones go through the roof when you don't sleep, because your body's trying to make sure you survive being chased by a saber-toothed tiger, which doesn't exist in modern day. I mean, they exist, but it's not a constant threat we have to be stressed about. I never got sick. Felt the healthiest I have for a long time. You normally people be like, oh, you didn't get sick, but like, guys, it's kind of the crisis we're all in right now. We kind of need to prioritize that. So like, sleep. So if right now there's a lot of stress in our lives, we're worried about our immune system. A lot of us are dealing with really bad cravings because we have nothing else to do but sit at home and eat. To combat cravings, to make sure your immune system is good, not be bloated, is just sleep. Wow. You want a magic pill? You want like the simplest thing? Everyone will sell you millions of dollars to this pill that makes everything perfect. It's literally sleep. It is that pill. It is free. We're all capable of it. You just need to sleep 8 hours. Right now, a lot of us are being like bombarded by this needs to be the most productive time of your life, and you have all this spare time and this and that, and I feel we have this really big weight of making quarantine very productive while being chronically stressed, worried about all of our loved ones. And maybe just start here. Just really focus on your sleep. It's gonna be the best thing for your motivation, your energy, immune system. I really hope you guys do it, because I know I sacrificed it for many years. Like, guys, I feel so healthy. That's the best way to say it. And there's a lot of you have been saying, wow, Keltie, you're like glowing, like you're healthy. And I do think it comes down to self-care. I prioritize that through yoga. I have loved ones in my life which I put my energy to. I've started to put boundaries on. This is a big one. It's not even boundaries to go to sleep, but boundaries from work. I encourage you guys to do this during this time. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Be good to yourselves right now. Prioritize your health. Take this time to do things you want to do, but don't put such a pressure on yourself. And I just want to know I care for you. I hope you're all staying healthy, safe, and petting all the dogs. I said that different. I feel that I have to still say, have a great day, pet a dog. Okay, love you guys, bye. That was the weirdest outro. I don't know, I panicked in my own outro. We're all going crazy.